Alright, I should be ready to start pretty soon. I'm just gonna go refill my water, I guess. Probably could have done that before I pressed the start streaming button, but whatever. That's what these screens are for. I'll be back in just a second. Alright. Water sufficiently refilled. So, hello everybody. This is my hopefully first official stream. I've been working on my setup for a little while now. So hopefully I got stuff all set up. So my name is Visceral Serenity. Friends call me Vis. And I'm just gonna kind of stream pretty much whatever up front. Where I am a web developer, programmer. I am slowly but surely building my own video game right now, some of which I might stream at some point. I also just like websites and web development. I like looking at random websites on the internet, seeing how they scale down to mobile or scale up to desktop, and seeing what tricks they do, seeing cool stuff about how they build certain things. I like testing websites with screen readers. That's something I'm going to do a lot of. On the less technical end, I'm very into VR, and I have multiple VR headsets, and I hooked up my Valve Index to be good for streaming with OBS, so I'm going to be playing some VR games a little bit. And to accomplish all of this, I have a couple of views. So as you saw earlier, I got my little Anya view, where it also stars Waluigi and Patrick. There's the view that's just me. And then there's the view showing my Windows 11 computer, which has a little overlay that shows what kind of stuff I'm typing. And this is for anything I'm going to show on Windows, but I have another computer hooked up. I have a MacBook hooked up as well. Yep, which shares the same mouse and keyboard. And the overlay works on that too, but I have the special buttons down at the left corner to indicate how those map to my Windows keyboard, because Windows and Mac keyboards are a little bit different. But I wanted to do it this way because my MacBook is nothing particularly special. It's just a MacBook Air from like 6 years ago with like a Core i5, whereas my Windows desktop with the Windows 10 that you see here, this is like a super powered like RTX online top of the line kind of a thing. Like obviously every website, every app is going to run amazing on this, whereas my MacBook is more the kind of computer a regular person would own. If you're technical, you may see that I do technical things on my Mac as well, but it isn't like a super power computer or anything. So I like doing a lot of my web dev testing right here on the MacBook, and for the purpose of screen reading, I really like the screen reader in Mac OS, and that's what I'll be testing sites with initially. And I also have a view for VR, which you may notice I'm sideways here. That'll make sense a bit later when I actually when I actually play a game in VR. But yeah, so I'm thinking I'll just stream looking over websites casually. I might go over to Windows to record some music. I do intend on recording the soundtrack for my video game myself, because that's one of my hobbies. So that could be a bit of inspiration to finally polish and finish some music up. So I absolutely plan to record myself doing some of that, and I've already got that set up. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to do a little test stream, maybe for an hour, maybe for 2 hours, and just kind of get used to it. It's been a bit since I've live streamed. I will post the VODs for these streams onto my YouTube channel, Visceral Serenity Dev, or VSDH Productions. I used to a number of years ago, and to indicate how long it's been, I had short hair back then, whereas now my hair looks like this. So it's been a few years, but I kind of liked it. I kind of want to get used to it again. So I just decided, well, what the heck? I'm just going to start streaming sometimes. Who knows how much? But yeah, over on the MacBook side, I was just kind of practicing all of this again. Yeah, and I do switch my primary monitor to the MacBook, so I'm able to see it easily too. I was just looking over at the Nintendo site, because a few years ago I looked at this site in terms of accessibility and whatnot, and it had a lot of really nice things to say about it. But they've made some interesting changes to this site since 4 years ago that do make it look a lot nicer. But that also did give me a few concerns and potentially suggestions of how it could be made better. Some of this might be because I'm not necessarily the master at accessibility. I'd like to think I know a thing or two about it, but I'm definitely not like an accessibility guru or anything. But I did have some issues maneuvering around the site with a screen reader. But I also wanted to look at this site, which is for another game that was announced today that I'm kind of excited about because I like the Ace Attorney games. And I kind of just wanted to go through this site too, which I have not done yet, so that'll be totally new to me. So I think for the scope of the technical end of this stream, which I think this site is lovely, by the way. I absolutely love the animations. I absolutely love this website, so I'm actually very excited to look over it just to kind of get a little peek at how they might have done some of these things. But yeah, first I figured I would turn on VoiceOver, which is the screen reader utility. Or actually, before I do that, I just want to take a look at the website in general, just to kind of get a feel for it. So we got Nintendo's logo here. There's a small list of categories that you can open up or close through a toggle. There's a side menu. There's more drop-downs here, which, let's see. Yep, and that's why I like testing sites on a regular computer and not a super desktop computer, because there was a little bit of lag there. But that's just the way that things are. Out here, there's a slider, which you'll notice pauses when I hover my mouse over it. And instead of standard dots, the slider, like dots, I guess you could say, are images themselves that showcase each individual thing that they want to highlight. Outside of that, there's a more standard issue slider just showing video games that are featured, or other various articles. A link to the store, a link advertising their systems, and then their blog. And then just other random post types and taxonomies going on here. I also wanted to take a quick look at mobile, just to see how mobile renders and handles all of this. So this is Chrome's estimation of an iPhone SE. Ideally, I prefer testing these on real hardware, which is what I used to do back in the day. I use my iPhone as a camera, so I can't actually do that. I am planning to pick up a real iPhone SE for the purpose of like testing websites in this way, but for now, this'll do just to kind of show things off. I I like how they kind of redo the interface a little bit, how they have a few things reorganized here. This thing is actually real fantasy. I like this element a lot. It's almost like a drop down that goes to the side and then has inner drop downs. That's a very interesting element. I might want to see if I can try to build and replicate that in CodePen one of these days. You get your search. Yeah, and the one thing I don't like about the slider is there's no way to, like, obviously pause it. Like, I guess you could emulate a hover by just, like, tapping on it, but not doing anything. You know what? I'm actually a little curious about how that's going to operate. I don't have actively an iPhone I can test with, but I do have an iPad next to me. I do have an iPad. So I'm actually going to quickly... I actually did have a few of these sites open here, but I'm going to quickly go to Nintendo.com on my iPad, and you'll be able to see this very shortly. My trick is that I use QuickTime Player, file new movie recording, and if your iPad is hooked up with USB, it'll output that. So this is my real iPad in Safari. So yeah, it looks like if we orient the site this way, it will show that menu. And yeah, I can kind of swipe my fingers and do that. Either that or a view that people often forget about, including myself. I've often not thought about this. Very many people, when using an iPad, when using the default browser, will open this sidebar, which brings it much closer to the mobile state. In the case of the Nintendo website, it does bring it into the mobile state. So that might be easier, so I don't need to, like, hold it up myself. And I can still review a few of these elements here. Yeah, that feels very, very, very nice to me. If I were to add one more animation, I might add the down carrots to animate in a direction after you tap on it, but that's a very, very minor gripe. Because yeah, I really like the mobile layout of this site, except for the slider. What they should do, and what I have seen them do on some of their sites in the past, is to have an actual pause button on the slider. And again, on desktop, they solve this by having you hover over it. This will take a second. It was working just a second ago. Maybe I need to refresh. Because yeah, you can see I'm hovering over the slider and it's stopping the progress, which I think is very neat. But then we return to the QuickTime view of my actual real iPad right here. And I do not seem to have, like, it does work, because like when you hold your finger over something, that can count as a hover, but that just feels like a very awkward action. And then like hovering over it also does that, which is not necessarily what I would want to do. So like the only way to emulate what like you would do on desktop naturally would be to hold it and then move it slightly. But even then, like how would I know that it's pausing it? Because the icons that show the status of how far along it is are below the fold, so I couldn't possibly know that without testing it. I think ideally they should have a pause button that's towards the top corner, where it's a literal pause and play button, and ideally they would put this everywhere. I'm a believer that carousel sliders that are automatic should always have that. I would definitely do it for mobile, for sure. I'm scrolling down a little bit further. These are pretty standard. Right now I'm using my fingers to scroll along these. These work exactly as I would expect. And yeah, the rest of the site is pretty straightforward, where you just kind of got the content but scaled down. I am excited about all the Metroid stuff. Metroid Prime is pretty much my favorite game, and I think the trailer for 4 looks fantastic. I'm super looking forward to it. So let's click on an individual game. Ooh, these hover effects are real nice. Do they have any equivalent when you tap on one on mobile? Let me pull up QuickTime again so you can see that too. Where's the equivalent section on mobile? Here it is. Yeah, so they got that there too when you click on them. Metroid Prime Remastered. This is heckin' good, by the way. Metroid Prime is a super duper classic game, and this remaster is one of the best ever. Like, I'm not affiliated with Nintendo in any way, but Metroid Prime Remastered is the real deal. I really like it. And Metroid Dread is very good too. But yeah, beautiful animations, beautiful presentation. I do appreciate the reduced motion. I want to see what happens if I do that and refresh. Yeah, now that's good accessibility. That's the kind of thing that I wish that they would have over on the slider on the homepage. Like, to have like a whoa there, slow down a minute button. Because a lot of the times it's way harder to slow down there a minute when you're on a mobile platform. So I'm a little confused about this UI element. This almost looks like a slider, but I think it's just a design thing. I want to go to the page on a desktop to take a look. Yeah, and here they got the reduced motion on a desktop too. Okay, yeah, this isn't a slider. This is just a design thing. I actually do kind of want to take a look at the source code to see what that is exactly. Is that a PNG? Oh, it looks like they're using CSS to create that. Then yeah, you have okay, so it's all inside of an H tag, including including this little top part, where the little line is done with a before. It looks like. Yeah, then they use content. Height is line 1 thickness, and okay, so yeah, they use variables for thickness instead of just typing in a pixel value. I definitely like that. It shows that they've put a lot of thought into how they do their CSS on these sites. So yeah, they literally build this with CSS. They could have used a PNG, but CSS is slightly better performance. I'm curious, is this a PNG or an SVG? Okay. I'm guessing the Samus has to be a PNG, right? I don't really know what else you would do to get the transparent background. Ooh, WebP, of course. Or it looks like it's PNG or WebP, depending, but ooh, ooh, I really, really like that. I'm going to refresh the page to be sure I didn't mess anything up there. Because yeah, I built sites similar to this with an animation library named GreenSock that makes this kind of thing. I'm not going to say easy, but definitely easier. And I also appreciate the back to top that they have here. That is smooth. You know, I am a little curious if I could figure out if they're using GreenSock or not, or GSAP. I don't know if I'd be able to find that script here if they're using it. Nope, it doesn't look like it. They're just very good at CSS animations. Now I want to go through the page again, but with reduced motion on desktop and see what happens. Okay, so it just gets rid of all the animations and things that slide in like that, but as a result, the page is definitely performing a little bit better on my clunky 6-year-old MacBook Air with an i5. That should perform better, but pre-M-chip MacBook Airs were questionable. I've actually thought about trading this thing in before, but Apple only wants to give me like $200 for it. So like at that point, like I'm just gonna keep it. Yeah, in terms of usability, I gotta say I kind of prefer the reduced motion, but the wow factor of like all of these cool animations is definitely neat. But I really appreciate that they have the option. That's a great thing for accessibility. So yeah, I kind of wanted to quickly go over the site with a screen reader as well, which I'm kind of relearning how to use a screen reader good. I feel like I used to be pretty good at it. Then I haven't really used them in a little while. And now I'm trying to get used to using them again. So the one I always liked the most was VoiceOver on Mac. On Windows, there's one. Let me have to look it up. I don't even remember what it was called. NVDA. Yeah, this is the one to use if you're on Windows, and I've used this one before too. Mac OS has a built-in one that's about the same quality. And I'm going to quickly go through the site with that, noting down a couple of things that I noticed that I thought were kind of interesting. That the site works with a screen reader, but there's a couple of things I would personally look at if I were tasked with optimizing specifically for this. So yeah, one thing of note is that it seems that the screen reader always wants to say what slide that it's on. I don't know if that's an issue necessarily. That might just be a setting, but that was one thing that popped out to me. So I did have some trouble maneuvering this, because I should be able to hold down these two buttons, which is the VO button. That's kind of like a special command that you hold down, and then you can use the arrow keys, and the arrow keys functionality changes slightly. Or sorry, VO and then shift, and then that changes the arrow keys. But then as soon as I try to go down those categories, the whole thing collapses again. So yeah, I'm not sure if that's just me, but I've definitely used interactable drop-down menus that are much more intuitive than that when utilizing a screen reader's keyboard controls. Yeah, and I do, just a side note, I do kind of wish that they would give a slightly better description of this. Like, there aren't strict and hard fast rules about what alt text should be, but I feel like this should specify that it is a way to change your region. And I don't know, maybe saying flag of USA is good enough for that. Maybe it's not. I probably would have added the alt text to say a bit more. But I also wanted to cover these menus too, because these menus are a little different from the all categories ones. Where I do that and it immediately focuses on the first thing. And I have no issues whatsoever navigating this one. So yeah, these drop downs work like almost effortlessly for me. Like I barely have an issue at all. But then as soon as I try this one, I seem to be having issues. So that's one accessibility thing I've noticed on the Nintendo site that I didn't notice in the past. That for whatever reason, these drop downs are perfectly fine with screen readers and work exactly the way you would expect, but this one isn't. And yeah, I was saying earlier in the stream, the slider here being a little problematic on screen readers which is definitely a trend. Carousel sliders tend to be an accessibility nightmare. They're beautiful. They look great, especially this one. This is an extremely beautiful looking slider. But in terms of accessibility, if I were vision impaired and like for instance, like if I'm vision impaired and I can see like kind of what's going on, but maybe I can't quite read the 1,000-year door right there, I would expect to be given context. All right, so I'm going to go inside the slider. Okay, so it's focusing on the slide buttons now. Yeah, and like it doesn't pause on any kind of a focus that I can do. And like even when I just use like regular website keyboard controls with like Shift and Tab. I'm also a little curious about why I can focus on the close button even though it's not active right now. Because I imagine that the close button is talking about is this. So they did do the area label correctly, but the button doesn't go away. Like, they hide the button, but usually what you would do in these cases... I'm going to temporarily close the screen reader. Usually what you would do in this situation, because I kind of see what they're doing, but you would move it off of screen. So in its off state, the X button would be... Well, actually, honestly, I would probably just set the off button to be display none when it's display none. Like, have it transition into this, but then at the end of the transition, you can do a display none. Traditionally, you would do JavaScript for that. I believe CSS transitions natively support that now. As it is, it remains accessible even when it's not supposed to be, and I don't think that was intended. Just a very, very small issue. But to go back to the homepage, and to open up the voiceover again. But yeah, the slider. Yeah, the slider is pretty much unusable with a screen reader. And actually, I might even go as far as to say that the slider is even difficult to use if you prefer using keyboard over a mouse. It functions beautifully. It functions absolutely beautifully if you're with a mouse. That was very, very, very well thought out. But I have had clients who prefer using keyboards almost exclusively over mice. I once had a client who was a little bit on the older side in terms of age, and that's just how he was used to using a computer. There's many people who have carpal tunnel or issues with their hands where they don't like using mice. Even outside of screen readers, which is kind of a given for accessibility, you have to use keyboards for that. But even outside of that, many people use websites just with a keyboard and not a mouse. And those users need to be accounted for too. And like overall, the website is fine and usable that way. But as tends to be the case, carousels. Like, this is usable, but with a degradation of functionality that's to an extent that is actually, I take that back. I don't think this is usable just with a keyboard. I don't think there's any way to actually click on any of these. So yeah, the slider is aesthetically beautiful, and if you use a mouse, works. But if you use a screen reader, or if you're primarily a user that uses a keyboard without a mouse, it basically doesn't function. And if I were Nintendo, that's definitely something I would look into, because their web design is generally like top of the line impeccable. In my opinion, this is like a 7 out of 10 slider. Like, I think the devs that built it did a really good job. It's extremely beautiful. The animations are lovely, but the accessibility is not great. Yeah, and then from there, I can use the slider pretty much like you would expect. I'm going to turn the screen reader back on for the rest of the site. Also, something I just realized is that my keyboard overlay does not include the arrow keys. Whoops. I'll add that in the next stream. Just I am doing arrow key left right quite a lot, so whoops, I didn't think of that. I'll get that worked out before the next before the next stream. So when I do arrow key left, right, up, and down, you guys can actually see that. Actually, I wonder if I could fix that right now. I guess as long as this is my first stream, I'm assuming no one is seriously watching this anyway. So let's see. I'm gonna head back into my OBS settings, overlay keyboard. Let's see. Was there? Yeah, I need to go back to me looking at my Windows screen. Is there a keyboard layout? Oh, and my iPhone is low battery, so I'm gonna hold on. The iPhone that I'm using for a camera. I'm probably finished with QuickTime for today. Goodbye, tablet view. I'm gonna need to allocate the cable I was plugging into the tablet into my phone so that my camera can stay on. With that done, I am going to try to get arrow keys on this keyboard, because I'm pretty sure you can. I'm not going to spend more than just a couple minutes on this, probably. So let's see, QWERTY. Yeah, QWERTY Pixel with keypad, I think, is the one that I really wanted to use. I'm just going to see if this has the stuff that I want. Yeah, it's a bit of a different design. But yeah. I'm gonna have to just quickly change a couple of stuff here on the OBS settings. Yeah, and then these three need to get moved. Yeah, there we go. I think now we're good. Um, I'm gonna fix that over here too. Growing pains. I'll. It turns out that this keyboard layout is a little bit better. There we go. So back to the MacBook. Yep, and I also have a setting to dim it or not if we want more visibility. So yeah, I guess that's kind of most of what I had to say going over this. Right. I wanted to go through the rest of the page with the screen reader too. Or yeah, that's it. Should turn on in just a second. There it is. Yeah, the screen reader likes to go into the dev tools if that's open. There we go. Now you can actually see if I'm doing left and right arrow and whatnot. So yeah, let's just go past the slider. Yeah, the only comment that I would really have here is when you're navigating either with just the keyboard or with a screen reader with the keyboard and you get to the end, the previous and next page buttons don't really serve that much of a purpose. I would personally have found a way to just time allowing to either disable them or make them aria hidden because they don't really I'm not seeing that they really serve a purpose. That being said, the slider does work. All right. This looks fine to me. I'm not seeing any issues on the individual on the individual product pages. Yeah, I guess back to the home page. I appear to have come across an issue. I don't know what it means by quick note. I'm gonna try restarting VoiceOver. I definitely have a thing or two to learn about VoiceOver too, but the more you use it, the better you get at it. Yeah. Yep, the rest of the site works exactly the way that I would expect. Yep, and that footer works how I would expect. All right, so overall, some good, some bad. Honestly, in terms of accessibility, I think their website was actually a little bit better a few years ago, but it's definitely more beautiful now. My biggest issue is with the carousel slider, but that tends to be my biggest issue with most sites. I think a lot of the issues could be fixed if they simply had an ARIA accessible pause button that would be easy to see on mobile that would have the same effect as hovering here. Like basically just hook that button up to the same function that stops the carousel when you hover. And make the area here easier to access for screen readers as well. And I think one other issue I had too, and I'm gonna want to look at the code before I say for sure, is are these using ARIA tags at all? Or sorry, not ARIA, alt tags. Because that was kind of another thing I noticed is that the screen reader has no context for what slide 3 is. And in theory, that could be made up for with the title, which I'm also a little curious about what exactly that is. So yeah, like it's even a proper H tag is the way that they handle these inside of an A. But then when navigating with keyboard and just keyboard, like I can see the slide, but how do I like access it? Because like I could like open the slide and hope that I can go back in time, but it doesn't ever focus on it. So you have to physically click on it with the mouse. So yeah, some good, some bad. Well, I don't know about bad because accessibility is challenging, and of course I've had a pretty lengthy career in web development so far, and sometimes you just don't get around to it. Like as much as that sucks, that's just the sad reality. This site could use a little bit of work when it comes to accessibility, in my opinion. I believe it's fundamentally usable, but I also believe if they were to get a professional audit done on accessibility, that this slider would take them down a couple of points out of 10. And well, we've been streaming for, wow, almost an hour already, so I did want to go through this website because I think it's extremely beautiful, but I think I'm going to save that for another stream at this point. I'll just look at how pretty this website is just for a second. But yeah, that'll be for another stream. I'll check out the Ace Attorney Investigations Collection website later. So I guess in terms of looking over websites, that's that for now. So I will return to Windows. All right. So I was thinking I could fiddle around with another song, just, I don't know, just see what happens. Start a new project. That's one more thing I wanted to stream sometimes too. So yeah, I use a digital audio workstation, or DAW, called Reaper. I pretty much always used Reaper. Let's see, template. Yeah, the basic starter one template is often where I begin. So in this template, I have a couple of things already set up. I have a lead synthesizer, which I like this one a lot, the Cherry Audio Mercury 4, because it basically sounds good no matter what. Yeah, I'm gonna turn the audio down slightly on that for you guys here. And for bass, I like starting out with Cherry Audio Miniverse, which is their take on the Mini Moog. For others who do music, this is a very similar plugin to Native Instruments Monarch, but it's got one more trick up its sleeve, in that it can be polyphonic. And like most synthesizers, their presets are way too heckin' loud. But yeah, I'll find one of the polyphonic presets just to show that they actually pulled it off here. So yeah, if you ever wanted a polyphonic mini Moog, this plugin does the trick. There were ways and hacks to get the to get Monarch from Native Instruments to kind of do that. It wasn't easy. You had to really know your way around editing Reactor instruments to get that to work properly. But here it's built in. And honestly, in my opinion, Miniverse is slightly better than Monarch. It actually sounds a little bit nicer. I generally use this as a bass synthesizer. That is, it's kind of one of my go-to. And on the drum side of things, what I have set up by default is an instrument or a VST called Atlas that maps out drums like this, where they sound close to each other. And you arrange them on the side here. And the way I choose to do it, I want to see if I could show this on camera. I own one of these little things. Hold on, I'm not recording the correct instrument. And I basically use this for sample playback. And I just kind of got this over here all the time. I don't have any kit particularly loaded up right now. These are just random samples. And I actually did have a little song I was working on the other day. I think it was this. I'm pretty sure it was this one. Yeah, I'm definitely going to need to work on volume output for the ASIO out. I might add some kind of a master limiter to make sure it doesn't ever blow your guys' ears out. I don't know. It was just a little random something I came up with the other day. Let's see. I know I've had some other projects. Yeah, back in March I came up with this. I actually really like this one. I'm not very good at finishing things. Let's see. Oh, it looks like I might not even open this properly. We'll see. Oh well. I might need to scan my plugins again, because those should definitely be there. So yeah, I'm just going to do one of those real quickly where it's going to scan every plugin that I have. Otherwise, I guess that'll be music time for now, and I'll fix this before the next stream. I was kind of hankering for a VR game anyway. That's going to be next. I'm going to play something in VR. Oh wow, I've been going for an hour already. Because, yeah, I'm kind of thinking, ideally, I want to get into the habit of streaming twice a week for 4 hours each time, or 8 hours all together. And just kind of just to chill and just do things, play VR, make music, go through websites, code things a little bit. I kind of hope it finds the repro instruments, because I know I installed them like not even that long ago. I don't totally know what happened there. Oh yeah, Twitch streaming. Something I've considered doing multiple times, but have never quite stuck with. So let's see how it goes this time. I'm already an hour in. It took me long enough to get this setup working, so I should hopefully at least do myself some justice and actually use it sometimes. And it looks like it is not going to find repro. Yeah, whatever. I'm done with music production for right now. So, VR time. I'm gonna play a VR video. I'm gonna play a VR video game now. So that means off with the headphones. A little bit more water. All right. Don't mind my disorganized mess. And I want to specifically play a full body tracking game today, so I'm also going to put those on. I'm probably not going to play it too long for the sake of my downstairs neighbors, and that it is getting pretty late now. Whew. And the Valve Index does track better in the dark. So I'm going to turn my lights off. I'm going to be a little bit dim. But now that should make sense why I have my camera angled like this, is so you guys can see me in real life, but also while I'm in VR. Right, I just gotta... Just because this is a little complicated. Index audio capture. It should be capturing audio from my Valve Index and not... Yeah, for some reason it forgot about my Valve Index microphone. Nor can it seem to find it. There it is. Testing. There we go. Yeah, I think everything is working now. All right. I've been testing out this game lately, which is a VR movement dance music kind of game that involves full body tracking. And I have an add-on that can let me see all of this in game too, so I could be sure that I'm like actually in view and everything. Yep, it looks like everything's good to go. I also wanted to test this game to be sure I don't get copyright strikes with it, so best of luck to me there. Because that's why I'm afraid of Beat Saber. Beat Saber has so many mainstream songs. I'm hoping the fact that the songs in this game aren't quite as mainstream is going to keep me a little safer, because this game has been very fun. And getting to stream this on Twitch for you guys would be a great way to squeeze in just a little bit more exercise. I didn't jump for that one. Oops. Wrong hand. Alright, I kind of want to try the not easy mode. I'm going to see what normal is like. I see what they did there. They want me to mix my legs up a little bit. I think I gotta jump a little bit higher when those things come around. Whew. Alright, I thought that was a good one. I'm gonna try a song a little further down here. Probably back to easy mode, just, I like this one. Yeah. I want to do that in normal mode this time. That was a good one. I like that song. Alright. I think I can do this. That was definitely a little harder, but according to this, I still did okay. Alright, let's go for another song. Ooh, I like this one. I'm gonna go with this one. Normal mode right away. I'm not even gonna bother with easy mode here. Whoa. Probably my last song for today. Just because I'd rather play a game like this a little earlier in the day. It's a little bit kind of like nighttime near me now. That part's tricky. I don't want to make my downstairs neighbors hate me too much, but I really wanted to play this on stream. I will play more VR, but something more relaxing. Probably Angry Birds, I think, is next. Actually a super good VR game. Whew. All right. I will play more of this later. For now, I actually wanted to play a little bit of this just because it's chill and relaxing. How long have I been going? A little hard to see. Looks like an hour and 20 minutes. I'll see if I can go for at least another 20-30 minutes here. Again, I want to stream 4 hours on average, probably. Alright. I'm gonna turn off the overlay, hold on. A little distracting. That didn't quite work. Let's see, what's the strategy here? Pat, 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 you guys are so cute. And I guess I just take care of that guy, just like that. I feel like there's a way to collapse this tower with one bird. Probably not from up here. Maybe if I just get rid of this one? Yeah, I think that'll do it. Well, I only beat it with 1 star, but I did beat it, so hey. Alright. Kind of messed that up. Oh, there's TNT. That didn't quite do it. Ooh. Oh. Oh, I might have got 3 stars. Ah, I think I got 3 stars on this one. Yeah. Alright, let's try this again. We'll be going for this top explosive first. That was kind of a waste. Huh. Maybe I don't totally understand the utility of the yellow ones yet. Like, I get that they fly farther, but I'm not sure which ones are better to shoot at the TNT. Alright, this might be a win. No, not quite. Okay, so I'm definitely on side. Wait for the yellow to hit that TNT. I think going for this one is okay, though. Maybe a bit of the infrastructure over here. And now we go for this TNT with the yellow one. Almost. Even then, beating this with 3 stars would require not using the yellow one at all. Oh, at least I beat it this time. I'll take it. All right. Ooh, fancy. Ooh, it's a big TNT. I'm gonna wait for one of these guys. Oh, it's all yellow. Hold on. I don't want to try it at this vantage point. Huh. I'm gonna restart that. I'm gonna try for one of the smaller TNTs first here. Ooh. Well, okay then. Oh, don't want to fall over in real life. Oh, nice. I'm just gonna aim directly at him. Oh, you have to click it again. It's just like on the old mobile game. I have not been utilizing these yellows properly up to this point. Evidently that TNT is not the one to go for first. Probably one of the ones here. Ooh. Ooh, that looks so nice in VR. I bet that there was a better way to do that, but whatever works, works. This one looks interesting. Ooh, is this like a boss fight? Let's check all my vantage points before I make a decision here. Oh, interesting. Okay, I guess that was a 3-star game. Alright, I'll probably do one of these, then I'll get out of VR and play a regular video game. I I bought a game called Fallen Aces that I've kind of wanted to try. But I at least want to take a look at the new environment that I unlocked. All right. All right, I think that's enough VR for right now. So I will go back to the regular studio microphone and turn off Steam VR. Well, that was good. That was just good to get a little extra movement in there. I'll definitely do that for longer in future segments. But this was going to be a short stream today anyway. Yeah, just making sure it actually gets out of VR so I have the resources to play a regular video game. And there we go. Windows mode. So yeah, it's still exiting the VR, so I'll give that a minute. I'll give that a minute. Yeah, and I guess if I have any viewers, I don't actually have any way of knowing. I didn't set anything like that up to see if I have viewers or not, but if anyone's actually been watching me up to this point, you may notice I don't sit down. And that's because I'm at a stand-up desk. I have a nice, like, it can sit down. It's a mechanical desk, but I choose to keep it in stand-up mode most of the time. But as I was saying, there is a new game that I bought. Also, I am curious. It just occurred to me, I generally use Windows Nightlight. Okay, you know what? I'll need to keep that in mind when I'm streaming to keep that off, because it's definitely going to look way better without. I'm also going to dim the keyboard, because that's not going to be as important here. Alright, it looks like I actually have to install the game first, but yeah. I will want these back on as well. So yeah, I'll probably go for like another, I don't know. I'll play the beginning section of the game and see what I think. And I think I'll call it a stream there. This was only supposed to be a test stream anyway. I just wanted to test like one of everything that I plan to do on a general basis while streaming and see how it works. And hopefully everything's gonna work, so let's see. Oh, one more thing. Background remover. That way you guys can see more of the game. I like this difficulty selection. I usually start with easy mode. I'll go up to a higher difficulty if I feel like I need to. Wait a minute, hold on. It was playing ASIO audio and desktop audio at the same time.
Everyone I know,
which is not ideal. Okay, so because yeah, I have sidechaining set up on the desktop audio, but it appears I never got around to that for the ASIO out, but they do the same thing, except the ASIO also records my music program, so I have a little more routing to do there too before the next stream, but these were the kinks I was hoping to work out, so it's good that I hit them when I evidently, maybe, possibly have no viewers. If I do have any viewers, hello. Thank you for watching. What did I even name this stream anyway? I think it was something like testing stream do not watch. I'll figure that out later.
the roads are the dustiest, the winds are the gustiest, the gates are...
My head. What time is it? Need to quit hitting the saw so hard. Ugh, stuck again. When's Bill gonna fix this damn thing?
Where is the phone? Am I just missing it?
And fixed.
There we go. Fixed. Ooh, it's a red stapler.
Election Friday. Get those votes. There's been numerous trouble.
Boxing for battle. A boxer's guide to advanced brawling technique. Not all boxers can sew, but they must be able to weave. Use dodge while moving left, right, or back to leave your opponent punching air. Your opponent... Always remember to take deep breaths and mind your stamina. If you run out of energy, you can't attack until recovered. Okay, so this little thing is basically a tutorial. I like that. They just kind of snuck that in there. Attack delivers a basic jab. All right, I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm sure it'll be fine. I'll be fine when I get into combat.
Flintstone, vengeance for God, you piece of shit! Rough them up, boys! That, huh?
Yeah, easy peasy.
There have been a couple of union-related troubles, causing numerous...
Now, there was a phone call. Ah, there it is.
Shit, they cut the phone lines.
Which has done nothing but stir the angry.
Nope, that doesn't fix that.
Looking good, Mikey.
My match with the Jack the Steamroller Samson. Hell of a fight. 15 grueling rounds, blood, sweat, and one very broken nose. It took every ounce of willpower just to stay on my feet. One precise haymaker in the final round, and Jackie Boy finally got steamrolled. Ain't that how it is?
Better times, I guess.
It's 53 degrees at the moment, and it ain't getting any warmer.
It's the detective! Ooh, getting tired.
Calling on all sneaky snakes. Be on the lookout for the new keen-eye action figure. Featuring
Ain't so tough now, are ya?
guys with a quick shot to the back of the neck.
Ah, I knew the TV would break. That's great. Oh no, who's this? Oh. Do they have any food?
What the hell is going on?
Okay. Oh, a key. Probably to open that. I don't think I can go in there yet. Alright, let's explore this building a little bit before I leave. Any more goons I can take care of? Apparently not.
Kidding me with this shit? Come on! Great. There's gotta be a way out of here.
Ooh. Can I climb while holding that? Oops. Alright, at least I know the game is fall damage. Save often. Alright, is this gonna set me back to the beginning? I guess I didn't get that far anyway. Yeah. I'm gonna try answering the phone sooner this time and see what happens. I like how he falls on his nose right when he gets out of bed.
My head. And fixed.
The assassination attempt made by an unidentified gunman last Monday, which left
Oh, it's not ringing. Oh. Oh, there is a cutscene if you get there early enough.
About rent.
Listen very carefully. There are men coming to kill you, and unless you do precisely what I say...
Oh, wise guy, huh? Look, I don't have time for prank calls, and I don't appreciate...
Stop talking and pay attention, Mike. I don't know how long you've got, so you need to move pronto.
How do you know my name? Who is this?
The guy trying to save your sorry ass. Now, get out and get moving before they show up.
Before who shows up? What the hell's going on here? Hello? Men trying to kill me? Get in line, pal.
being mayoral candidate Victor.
Okay, so I'm guessing... Yeah, then your fighting tutorial right here if you want it. Otherwise...
You don't let him smack you around like that. What are you guys doing? Get him! How about some of this?
Ooh. Ooh. Goon's Notes. I don't think I got this last time. Michael Thane, Royal Arms Apartment Building. You know the drill. Get it done. Yeah, I don't want him waking up.
Thanks for being an asshole.
It's him! It's the detective!
Just a few more clams and I'm out.
Calling on all sneaky sleuths. Be on the lookout for the keen-eye action figure.
Sleep tight, asshole.
Got what you deserve, dickhead.
Knock out the bad guys.
Remember to save often. All right, I gotta get the key from him. Well, okay, it's right there. I thought that's what pickpocketing might have done if I wanted to do a pacifist run, but I don't know if this is the kind of game where you do a pacifist run. That would be very interesting. Alright, so at least now I know that the second floor doesn't do anything. Then the elevator's gonna fail and I gotta go back here.
Kidding me with this shit? Come on! Great. There's gotta be a way out of here.
Okay, so you press E to engage a climbing mode. Right, what was the thing for the lighter again? Oh, F. And yeah, you can do that while climbing. I can hold something in both of my hands and climb. Ooh. I'm absolutely loving the vibes of this game so far.
Killed him! That was my dream!
I love how the collision turned out there. Wait, is this back where we were? Oh, but I'm through this door now. Anything special around here? I don't know, do I just call the elevator again? That's what I'm gonna do. Nope. Ah.
Yo, elevator should be working again.
Probably could have avoided damage there if I was being more careful. But I have saving on my side, so who needs to be careful? Alright, I think for the purposes of a test stream, I'm going to be almost done. I want to try to go to floor 2, though. I love that I can punch it. Okay, so floor 2 still doesn't work. How about floor 1?
These mugs picked the wrong goddamn apartment to bust into.
Hell yeah.
To knock some sense into these dumb hoods.
Yeah, I can't go out that way, so...
God damn it, there's more of them? Alright, Mike. How do we handle this? It was you or me?
Don't blow your wig there, champ.
Once the boys are done with their business upstairs, we can split. It's one guy. I mean, how much trouble can he be?
Okay, that's not a real door.
Oh shit, I hope it's not that crap going around.
Ah, of course it's locked. Alright. Time to systematically take all these guys down, I guess. Or I could buy a cola with money I don't have. I'm sure one of them's got money, though.
How'd you like that, huh?
I wonder if the ending is different if you, like, kill everybody versus if you do a pacifist run. It's very interesting that they let you not kill people.
Smack you around like that? You're gonna pay for that!
Think I'm messing around?
Ah, there it is. Save. Whoa.
Shit, this is bad. I gotta get over to Pete's place. Yeah, he'll know what to do.
Attention to all civilians. A riot is in progress in this sector. Please remain indoors for your own safety. This
I love the visuals in this game so much. This is such a beautiful game.
until further notice. Citizens found in the streets will be detained. Lock your doors and windows and avoid the street.
So what's the rumpus?
Bush sure says Bendero's... Hey, that's the guy that's supposed to hit me.
Ooh. That was fancy. How'd I do that? Wonder what's up here. Okay, so I can go on this rooftop. Looks like I can get a little bit higher. Ooh, I see something up here. Oh, I'm just back here now. Ooh, there's an open window. I don't think I want to go back in there, though. You know what? I'm gonna save. Okay, I just wanted to be sure that you were supposed to be able to make that jump.
I've been 3 months living in the city and every asshole wants to kill me. And they torched my goddamn department. Shit!
money's alone, huh? I kind of wish I could have gone in there and gotten some money. Oh. Yeah, I shouldn't have done that. Oh, I'm back here now.
Hey, Pete, you home? No. No, no. Shit! Pete! No, no, god damn it! Sons of bitches!
I'm gonna find the assholes who did this.
Yeah. No.
You won't have to. Glassjaw wants to see your ugly mug, face to face, and see the fear in your eyes before he plugs you. All right, boys, drag this piece of shit to the car and let's hit the bricks. Can't wait to see this. It's gonna be one hell of a party.
Alright, this is pretty epic so far. Alright, so this might be all that's out so far, because they mentioned Chapter 1. I just want to see what happens if I do continue. That Chapter 1 was all that was out, because this game isn't done yet.
What is this?
Whoa, whoa, easy there, sweetheart. Them ropes ain't tied that tight. Wouldn't want to fall and split your noggin now, would you? Hate to see you go splat like that. Especially with all that blood rushing to your ugly mug.
Look who's talking.
What's that? Why, you... Oh, you're a fucking comedian now, huh? Yeah, see how much you're laughing after this, fuck.
Don't I pay you to be cooler-headed than that?
Boss, you didn't pay us for this kind of trouble, that's for damn sure.
Now see? That kind of insubordination. That, we have to bite at the source.
All I'm saying is, after all the shit he put us through, why ain't we iced this? Ah!
Ooh. Wow. Do I need to mark my stream as for M-rated audiences for this game?
Before I bite off the other four. Anyways, where were we?
Thomas?
In the flesh. What's left of it anyway. But never mind the dental work. We've got some catching up to do.
Thomas, listen, whatever this is, I just want you to know that...
Little Birdie told me you were investigating a certain individual. An individual I have a keen interest in.
Is that right?
Yes. You know, you have a nasty habit of sticking your nose where it doesn't belong.
What? You're gonna rub me out like you did Pete? Listen, I'm sorry about what happened to you, but what you did to him, I won't let that go.
Ha! I'll keep that in mind. It was nice seeing you, Michael. Dump him in!
You got it, boss! All right, boys! Dump the son of a bitch!
No, wait. Tom, listen to me. You don't need to do this.
Listen to him crying for his life. It's over for you, chump. Nobody messes with the glass.
Spread out! I want that sniper fleshed out. Now!
Fuck. God damn it.
Oh, I guess we got more. Okay.
Son of a goddamn bitch.
Yeah, I'll probably get back to land, save, and then that'll be that for today's stream. Oh, there it is. I think I gotta go there. Alright, I think I'm gonna save for now and quit. But then I'm gonna play the rest of what's available right now next stream. Yeah, how much of the game was out? I want to go back to the store page and say how much they got done yet. Oh, the first full episode is done, not chapter. Okay, so I still got a ways to go before this is done. But yeah, heck yeah, this game is great so far. Highly recommended. Fallen Aces. I learned about it from Vine Sauce, I believe, who was playing it. But yeah, this game is heckin' good. It's really really good. It's really beautiful. I really like what these guys are doing here. Yeah, so it's episode, not chapter. Alright, so... let's see, I'll turn the background removal off, head back to just me. Whew, well, I thought that was a pretty good test stream, 2 hours. I will probably stream more than 2 hours most of the time, but I'm still kind of getting stuff together. I'm still kind of polishing the stream a little bit. But yeah, for anyone that decided to join for any amount of time, thank you very much. This is my first, like, real stream, I guess you could say. And yeah. Yeah, I basically plan to play video games, I plan to play VR, I plan to look over websites and website code and just talk about web development stuff because I think it's cool. And stuff like that, yeah. And then also to compose music and work on cool stuff like that. I'm also going to be streaming earlier most of the time. I'm streaming pretty late today, but I'm probably going to be an afternoon streamer most of the time. But yeah, all in a day's work. This was one of the things I really wanted to do today, was to test my setup with like a full multi-hours long stream and see how that goes. And I think it went pretty well. I mean, I'm gonna need to review the VOD to see for sure, but as far as I can tell from looking at OBS through the whole time, it looks like everything was going smoothly in every environment. So yeah, I'm gonna return you guys to little Anya, whose sunglasses have unfortunately gone out, but she's still just chilling there. I mean, it's all good vibes all the way around. It's all good vibes all the way around. That's kind of what I'm going for here. I just want this to be a chill place to hang out, relax, play some video games, check out some websites, maybe a bit of coding here and there. And yeah, I'll get better as I go, as I do more streams. Hopefully there's a thing or two I can teach you guys too as I go. And yeah, once again, thanks for joining, thanks for watching, thanks for listening. Thanks for keeping me on in the background or whatever. That's the goal here. And I will be back at some point. my plan is to stream twice a week for 4 hours each time, so 8 hours total a week. So my next stream will probably be twice as long as this. And a little bit earlier. But yeah, I'm actually getting pretty tired too. Alrighty. Oh, and if anybody is watching, head to YouTube and go to Film Cow. He streams video games every night, and he's my favorite ever. That's actually what I'm going to be doing. On the off chance that there is actually anybody watching right now, I'm going to just go ahead and link to that because that's what I'm going to be doing. So yeah. Or it's not letting me post a comment for some reason. I thought I was logged in. Oh well. Well, in any case, I'm going to be watching Film Cow's Video Game Valley stream. He's playing Animal Crossing right now. And I'm excited because that's like the most relaxing thing ever. So I'm going to do that, maybe grab a snack, and go to bed. And tomorrow I will work on my video game a little bit more because I really do want to start getting that to a point where I can show it off in the next month, maybe, hopefully. Alright, time to have you guys hang out with little Anya a little bit more. I'll see you guys later. Bye!